Hey everybody, it's Mike, KO4PDI, Kilo Oscar 4 Papa Delta India. How are you tonight? All right, I am here for my weekly podcast, and we got a bunch of things to talk about tonight. The Tevel satellites have launched. Woohoo! Yeah, they're up there, and CSN Technologies has wasted no time getting all the frequencies into the sat box. So if you have a sat box, it's real easy. If you don't, I'll tell you how to do it. Watch. First, here's the output of the sat box. You can see here I have the view all selected on the satellites, and here's all the Tevel sats all listed there. Good evening, Greg. Welcome aboard. Good to have you here. So you can see all the Tevels 1 through 9 are listed. Now, there were 8 previously on the original Tevel constellation that was sent up, and a couple of them didn't work from day one. Hopefully, all 9 of these are going to work. Now, the thing is, how can I put it? They launched them in one launch on one rocket, and they deploy them one right after the other, so they're all close together. They have ion thrusters on them or some sort of thruster on them to slowly separate them into a wider pattern. So right now, all of the satellites are coming over within 5 minutes of each other. I could show you that on this sat thing. If we go to next passes, I want you to see what's going on here. So we have AO07, PO101, ISS, RS44, blah, blah, blah. Here's all your normal sats. Now, as we scroll down, look, and lo and behold, these are a Tevel 2 system. So it's 2.4, 2.5, 2.6, then 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. You see they're all pretty close together. Here, this one rises at 11.53, and the first one here rises at 11.46. So in 9 minutes, actually not even 9 minutes, it's 7 minutes, all 9 of them are going to pass together. Now, what they were doing in the past is they would have maybe 3 of these things turned on, only 3. And I would go to the AMSAT page where you see the status of the satellites. Here you go. And what they'll show up down here, because they're T, so they'll be after Sonata and before TO101. Iman's here. Hey, Iman, welcome aboard. I see you. So anyway, this is where they'll be listed right here on the bottom of this list when they become active. Now, what will happen is you'll only have maybe 3 of them at a time will be active. This way, you're not stepping on each other. So as they spread out in their orbit, you'll be able to get them over a period of time. They won't all be stuck together within 7 minutes of each other, which is pretty cool, if you ask me. So they're coming up. Now, I found out before CSN Technology posted it, I found out the frequencies and I programmed in the frequencies into my sat box. Well, I'm having issues with my rotator again. Some people noticed it the other night when I was doing an ISS pass. The rotator does this a lot, like it's searching. And I think what's happening is whenever the elevation rotor starts moving, it causes the azimuth rotor to do this, go back and forth. Don't know what that's about. I'm still talking to Keith Bush and Mike Sataretti from Satbox to see what the story is. If I have something wrong, if there's a short somewhere, if something's not working right, water got in, I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, so I got to figure that out yet. But look here. All the satellites are identical. There is no tone, no CTCSS tone, so you don't have to worry about that. They're all FM. They all have an uplink of 145.970, right here, 145.970, and a downlink of 436.400. 436.400 on 70 centimeters is the downlink. Uplink will be 145.90. Now, if you're manually programming a radio, make sure you put in like 5 hertz increments, maybe 5 of them, with the 145.970 right in the center of those. That's how you set that up. Now, they also have a beacon on 436-400, which is really odd. That's the same frequency that the downlink is. But it is. It's a beacon. And they are all identical. So it makes it super duper easy if you have to manually set this up. You only got to do it in one channel and then use that same channel for every single Tevel satellite. Now, if you have the RT3S with the OpenGD77 software, I have my radio right here. Yes, all the new Tevels, they all have the same frequency setup. 145970 up and 436-400 down, and they have a BPSK 9 kilohertz 6, whatever that means, on 436-400. So this is the Retrievus RT3S. Let's see if we can get that so you can see that. Let me get the satellites on here. And here is, let's see if we can get this to adjust. Come on. There we go. I can't believe it won't focus in on that. Oh, well. All the satellites are listed there, and when you pick one, it will actually show you the map of where it's going to rise and where it's going to set. And you can't see it. That's a shame. Anyway, you know what I might do? I might get my iPhone. Let's do my iPhone and see if I can get a nice shot of it. This way I can show it to you. Oops, that's not what I want. I got to do mirror. Sit tight. We're going to do this. Bingo. There it popped up on the screen. Now I just got to add it to the live stream. Okay, let's go to the camera. Turn that around. Let's see, will this work? I'm checking it before I make you guys watch this. Yes, it works. All right. So on my Retrievus my Retrievus RT3X, let's turn this on. There we go. Okay, so now you can see there's the view from my iPhone. I wish all that stuff wasn't on the screen. But there is the screen. Now, if I go back, there's a list of all the satellites that are coming up. So far, the Tevels aren't here. I'm sure they will send an update out where they will show the Tevels. But say I pick this first satellite here, you could see how it shows you exactly where it's going to be in the sky. And it automatically adjusts for Doppler. If I hit this, you could see it's telling me in 12 minutes and 10 seconds it'll be there. There's 4 passes. And here's the frequencies. That's what's so great about this RT3S with the software. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. We got somebody talking to me. Let's turn this off for a second. All right, what do we got here? We got Roger, my good buddy from down in Lake County. He says, greetings from Mount Dora, currently listening for AO07, but ARC is on the wrong side of the house for me. Oh, bummer. Iman saying, bookmarking this stream. Great info, Mike. I'll program my Anytone 878 with these after the show. All right, cool. Yes, the SAT box is updated. Yeah, I texted Roger earlier and told him that the SAT box now has all the data in it that you need. Andy Cowley's here. Hey, Andy. Welcome aboard. Nice to see you. So, yeah, Roger's got the SAT box, and he already updated his. If any of you guys want to come on with me live, you're more than welcome to. I will send you the Zoom link. I have Zoom running, and I can easily add you to the screen if you want to talk about anything in particular. By the way, Roger had tipped off to me that the notes on my videos, the links on the PayPal and on my Amazon store are not working, and that kind of ticks me off because I cut and paste them into the notes the way they were supposed to be, and for some reason when I put it up on YouTube, it cuts it off. So the links aren't correct on the first two things, but EMP Shield is right, and so are some of the other ones. Why it's doing it, I don't know. I just got to figure out another way to put the link in there so that it doesn't do this. All right, so everybody said hi to each other. Roger said, Iman said hi to Roger. Iman said hi to Andy. Andy said hi to Iman. Roger, you got to say hi to Imam and Andy, and then we'll get back to what we were talking about. What were we talking about? Oh, God. Yeah, no guests tonight. I'm just having fun tonight. And I wanted to show you that stuff so you could see how that that GD77 software works on the HT. But I talked about this the other night. I made 2 ISS contacts with this stupid little folding tape measure antenna. This thing is 42 inches long. I had this hooked up to my Retrievus RT3S, and I was walking the dog. So I was in front of my house. Here it is. It's 42 inches long. There's the tip, and it's got a BNC on the bottom. And I put, actually, it didn't have the BNC. It had a SMA. If I unscrew this, you can see it had an SMA on it, but I got this adapter from Signal Stuff to put on here so I can hook it up real easy to the radio. And if you notice, my radio right here has a BNC on top also. So this just hooks up to there, give it a little twist, and you're in. Now this, I was able to do an ISS pass with this in front of my house. I couldn't believe it. I did a video on TikTok about it. I did one of those. You ever see that guy that goes, "You telling me after 40 years I didn't know how to do this and now I know?" So I did that with, you telling me with an HT and a stupid little antenna off Amazon I can talk on the ISS? I didn't need all this rotor stuff? Yeah, I did that the other night. Anyway, yeah, this thing works great. I don't need an Arrow 2. I don't need anything, but you can only use it on FM satellites. But we got plenty of FM satellites. This thing's going to stay in my car all the time. If I'm anywhere and there's a Tevel pass going, I'm going to freaking do it. I'm going to work on that pass. So should be fun. Should be a lot of fun doing a lot of portable satellites. I rarely do portable satellites. Usually I only do it when I'm showing off and showing somebody how to do it. But, yeah, it's a lot of fun. What else did I want to talk about tonight? All right, yeah, the rotor. Roger, I don't know if you're familiar, if this ever happened to you, but if we go to my tower zoom cam, you can see my rotator. Right now I have it in the park position. I'm going to hit it into the ready position. Watch what happens. It starts moving, and everything seems good. Now watch when the elevation rotor kicks in. Look at this. It's not doing it now. Oh, no, there it goes. See? See what it's doing? Why is it doing that? When the elevation rotor is bringing down the antenna to point it in the right direction, the horizontal or the azimuth rotor starts going back and forth. That's frustrating as well, how last night I was on RS-44 and I was getting a good signal, but the antenna kept moving. Now watch, when the elevation stops, the azimuth will stop going back and forth. But if I just raise up, if I open up the control and tell it to go up, oh, it's up all the way now. Oh no, it's doing it. Now I just told it to go up. It seems fine, right? But if I try to turn it to the right, it stops going up. And if I hit up, see, it's going back and forth. That ain't supposed to do that. I'll just hit stop now. And it stopped. I talked to Mike said already, and my voltages seem good. I don't know. I don't know why this is happening, but we'll go back to the park position. I just hit park. I leave it vertical like that so the wind doesn't have that much effect on it. See, it's going back and forth. It shouldn't be doing that. Once the vertical azimuth stops, then the back and forth stops. I don't know why it's doing it, but it is. Yeah, AO7's a pain. I don't even bother with it anymore. Actually, oh yeah, it's up right now. What about PO101? Is that working yet? At 6:59, which is right about when I end this podcast, ISS is coming back, but it's only going to be a 7-degree pass, which is nothing to shake a stick at. The other day I did a 7-degree pass. I got Venezuela and Dominican Republic. Oh, no, it was Venezuela and Puerto Rico. I got. Doing DX on satellite's got to be one of the coolest things you can do. I love that. Because you're not using the ionosphere or anything. You're just basically bouncing it off something in the sky, and it works great that way. All right. Greg, you're a smart man, and I did that, and it did the same thing on the other sat box. So yeah, both sat boxes were wrong. I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Hold on, everybody. I don't want to sneeze in your ear. Oh, I'm not sneezing. Oh. I hate when you feel like you got to sneeze and then you don't sneeze. All right. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any questions at all? Anything? Ask me anything. I hit 1,000 followers. Thank you, everybody, for that. Hopefully that we're going to start monetizing soon. I'm at 2,800 hours watched. I think when I get to 3,000 hours watched, we can start monetizing. I did another short. I'm doing stuff on TikTok. In no time, I had 1,000 followers on TikTok. That is amazing to me. I don't remember any issue with my rotator, but I rarely use it. Portable only, and rarely put it up. Yeah, well, mine's been sitting out there for a couple of years. Maybe there's something wrong with it. I don't know. It could be anything. Anything at all. I have no idea what it could be. God knows that tower's been bounced around a little bit. I did a lot of work with it, raised and lowered it a bunch of times. And you can see it's up there pretty high. It's 47 feet to be exact, according to my drone. It says it's 47 feet. And, yeah, I'm just looking. Yeah, right now we got a couple of satellites over us. PO101 and AO07. Now, AO07 is one of the oldest satellites in the sky, just so you know. That's one of the oldest. It's one of the first ones that went up. AO707. That's amazing to me that it's still running. It went up in the 90s sometime, I believe. By the way, did any of you guys watch my video with Lou McFadden? He's probably been involved in ham radio in space longer than anybody else. He designed the power supply for the ISS, and he has been doing ISS passes. The last 3 days, I got him in my logbook, and I'm honored that I got Lou McFadden 3 times in my logbook over the last 3 days. Whiskey 5 Delta India Delta. If you have him in your logbook, he's the guy that built the power supply that's on the ISS that powers the Kenwood 710 radio. So when you're talking on that, you're using Lou's power supply. And Lou he's a really nice guy. He's been around a long time. He's been involved in the space program since before Shuttle. He was involved in Apollo. He was involved a bunch of things. And when Owen Garriott made his ham radio debut on the space shuttle, Lou helped build the antenna that fit in the window of the space shuttle because they didn't have any openings to put a coax through the wall of the space shuttle. So they just made an antenna that fit the window of the space shuttle. And they put it in there. And I actually got to see one of those when I was in Kennedy Space Center with them back in February last year. That was a panic. That was really amazing. And yeah, listen for him, Greg. He's out there. He was on two on one day and one today. I got him, and I just said, Lou, I can't believe you're on here. I've never heard you on here, and I got you 3 times this week. And he says, well, I know a little something about this radio. Yeah, a little. He built it. He built a freaking power supply for it. And it's a cool little power supply, man. The technology's got 4 ports on it, but now, what if you have 2 ports that need the same thing? Well, there were 4 pins on each port, and depending on what cable you plug in, that's the voltage you're going to get out of that port. So I think he has like 48 volts, 12 volts, something else. I got to ask him again. I didn't memorize it. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm tired. I didn't sleep very good last night, and I worked today doing Uber. A lot of fun. And Goldie's mad at me because I haven't paid attention to her today. What do we got here? Hey, Fernando. What do you say? Hey, Mike, done some POTA this past Saturday at Gamble Rogers. Yeah, Fred, I know. You guys were there. St. Augustine group was up in Favor Dykes. The St. Augustine Club was there. I didn't get to go to either one because I was working, doing Uber. And it was really good. It was really good because there was the Players Tournament was going on in Jacksonville, and I made a few bucks going up there, driving people to the golf course and everything, which is really good. And Iman is saying, I'm a newbie. I just got my first ISS confirmed voice contact yesterday. Congratulations. I'm so glad you finally did it, man. You've been doing APRS, I believe, but you just finally got a voice confirmation. Excellent. Excellent, my man. I'm so glad you're on there. Boy, I can't wait till you get a YouTube channel and you wear the hat I sent you. Uh-oh, I blew the surprise. He don't know what hat it is, though. Yeah, it ain't the one with the gold lettering. Anyway, let's see. What else can we talk about today? God, it's only 20 after 6, and I'm like out of stuff. And nobody wants to come on live with me, so it's me. I'm backpedaling. I'm going to have to cut the grass in the next couple of days because it's starting to grow because it's going to get warm. It was cold this morning. I could see my breath when I took the dog for a walk this morning. So, yeah, Iman made his first contact. Greg says, awesome, Iman. Good for you. I'm glad. I'm surprised Andy Cowley hasn't jumped in there and patted you on the back. Well, Northern Ireland, man, they pass over there a lot. You should be able to get it really good. Anybody, anywhere, have any questions? Your life that's all you needed to make your life complete? I still want a girlfriend. But, no, talking on satellites is cool, but I'd rather have a girlfriend. That would make my life complete. Oh, man, you guys. I love that you guys follow me. I love that you like to watch my live feeds and everything. We got 11 people watching right now. Everybody in the chat, type in where you're from. We know Iman is from Northern Ireland, and Andy is from Great Britain. Where's everybody else at? Just if you're in the United States, give me your state, and if you're in another country, give me the country you're in. Are you in our 51st state, Canada? We got to make Canada the 51st state. So Governor Trudeau has something to do with himself. I think I'm coming down with a cold. I've been working my ass off and not sleeping good. So that's why I'm getting stuffy and everything. Plus the pollen here is incredible. By the way, you want to see Goldie? Let's see if I can move this camera around. There she is, out like a light, right next to me on the floor. Goldie. Hey, Goldie, look at me. She's like, her eyes are open. She's not sleeping. Goldie, hey. Hey, that's it. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Oh, no, going back to sleep. Okay. Whatever. She's a dog. She can do whatever the hell she wants, and she always does. I think I'm in control, but she proves me wrong all the time. Anyway, so I'm wondering why my YouTube looks so weird because it wasn't live. All right, so now it is. Anyway, yeah, we got PO 101 up there. We only got it for another minute or so. John K. Williams. Willamiss came to the game. Thanks, man. Wow, you heard John, huh? Wow. And Paul, who's from Palm Coast. Way to go, man. And we got Jeff from Wisconsin. Iman wants us to make Ireland the 52nd state. My problem with making another state is you're going to mess up our flag. Our flag looks so cool with 50 states. Although I do remember it with 48 states. When I was a kid, we had flags with 48 states. 48 stars on it, not 50, because Hawaii and Alaska had not been admitted to the Union as states yet. Williams from Puerto Rico. Welcome, my man. Groton, Connecticut. Mystic 860. Is that you, John? Mystic 860. Is that John? N2FYA. It looks like you. Or is that Mike? No, maybe Mike's in Connecticut too. Mike said already. Yeah. Mike, you missed it. I was just talking about the issues I'm having with the rotator and the sat box. For some reason, they're not. I don't think it's the sat box because I swapped out sat boxes and it did the same thing. Worse even. All right, so you're not John. Yeah, she was. She was watching me from the pool when I was doing the tower video. Yeah, she was there. Ah, Mystic 860, you're close to John. Yeah, John's a great guy. I get him on like every pass. N2FYA. It's like I don't even have to hear. I hear N2, and I know it's him. I could tell his voice. Fred, another buddy from Palm Coast. Fred's in the Palm Coast Amateur Radio Club, and he was involved with the state parks on the air, I believe that was Saturday. Yeah, so welcome, everybody. I'm glad you're here. Please share, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the thumbs up for me. So this way it looks like people actually watch this channel. We got 10 people watching right now, according to the screen. And yeah, we got 10 people watching. I'm sorry about those first two links. The Amazon store link is no good, and neither is the donation button for PayPal. Why it's not putting the whole thing in there, I have no idea. Because I'm looking at my screen over here on OBS, and the whole thing is there. But when it goes on YouTube, they truncate it or cut it or something. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, so the Tevel satellites are up. I have not gotten the data for the Retrievus RT3S yet. We'll see if they come out with that soon. The radios are not on right now. They're there, but they're not on. So if you look at the MSAT stat page, if you look at that, you could see there's no Tevels listed here. They'll be down here on the bottom after the S's because it's alphabetical. Why two APRSs here? Oh, that's the Sonnet 8. Yeah, it'll be after that. It'll be before TO 108, which is just putting out data. UO11B. I don't even know what that one is. I don't believe I've ever attempted that one. Is that on the Satbox screen? Let's go to view all. UO11. Ooh, yeah, there is. Let's add it to the list. Save favorites, and now when I refresh this over here, if that UO10 is coming up, it'll show up in the list here. Wow, 1:30 this morning, we got an 87-degree ISS pass. That would be 8 a.m. UTC. You know what that means? The astronauts might be up for that one. So you might want to get an astronaut on that. Imam wants to know what the Tevel numbers are. Okay, the Tevel satellites, I'll show you again. They all are Tevel 2 because it's the second mission of the Tevel 1 through 9. Tevel 2, 1 through 9. The frequencies, I'll load one in. Tevel 2, 1, we'll load that in. You have an FM transponder. Uplink is 145970. Downlink is 436400. And that is just FM with no CTCSS tone. So you don't need to put a tone in. There it is. I'm going to click on this one and tell it to choose this transponder first and save that. So this way when it loads, it puts the voice transponder on first. I'll probably have to do that with all of them. Yeah, let's just see. Tevel 2.2. This one, it picked the FM transponder first, but we'll tell it to anyway. How about the third one? Yep, it's picking the FM transponder first, but we'll tell it to select that transponder first and save that. They're all FM. They're all the exact same frequencies. That's why they only turn on maybe 2 or 3 of them at a time. And it spaces them out a little bit. Right now, if you look at the next passes, see this? The first one, 11:46:13, and the last one, 11:53. So that's 7 minutes. All 9 satellites will pass together in over a period of 7 minutes. So that's why they don't turn them all on, because you wouldn't know which one you're talking on. So this way you'll know. All right, Iman, is that good for you? Did you get what you need? Did I give you everything you needed on that? Tevel 2-1 through 9. And then the frequencies are the same. 145,970 up and 436,400 down with no CTCSS tone. All right, I hope that satisfies you there, Iman. Anyone with any questions, come on now. Any comments? Have you watched my videos? Do you like my videos? Do you want me to stop doing the videos? Are you bored to death of my videos? Oh, I got to adjust this. Yeah, we got to Alt. And we can move this whole thing over. There we go. All right, so there's the tower. That's the way it stays when I'm resting it. I had a long day today. I did a lot. I did 170 miles on my car. Last one was somebody going up to Jacksonville to the airport. That was a good paying job. Iman says, thank you. And Mystic860 says, what KEPS data are you pulling the Tevels from? Mine aren't populated. Okay. I will give you that link in the chat. Rotator? Nope, that's not what I want. TLE frequency database. This is what I want. This is from CSN Technologies. You can use that link to download the data. Love your videos. You mentioned doing HF at some point too. Where are you going to do that? Right here. Right here I'll do it. Probably like one night during the week when there's nothing else going on, because I don't want to step on other YouTubers when they're transmitting and streaming. I don't want to step on them. But if you ever watch Greg K6EGG, he does a lot of HF stuff. And he does a lot of FT8, stuff like that. So I was thinking of just coming on for an hour or two during the week and just doing HF live. No contesting. I'm not into contesting, but I do like to make contacts in other countries and stuff, and there's certain times to do that. So if you look in the chat, there's the link to download the same data that I have. It will have the Tevels in it, because mine does. And I update my TLE daily. I automatically do it every day. As a matter of fact, I should do it right now. Let me hit update TLE. It did. Okay, so tomorrow at 6:30 p.m., it will also do it. All right, what is... Iman's saying, I use the AMSAT ones in the Anytone 878 CPS. You can edit them in, as they all use the same frequency. It's one Tevel, 2 SAT, really. Yeah, you only got to set up one, because they'll all work on the same thing. And the TYT, the Anytone 878, and the RT3S, they all do basically the same thing with the GD77 software. I think the 878 already has software built in. You don't have to actually modify it to do this. But you do have to update the TLEs. If you tell your software there, Iman, if you tell your software the link I gave you, it'll download everything, the Tevels and everything. It should take it in. I was talking to Don, W8CPT, yesterday. He said chances are they're going to come out with a new upgrade for the RT3S with the GD77 software that'll incorporate the Tevel satellites. So keep your eyes and ears open for that. I'll let you know when that happens, if it happens, when it happens. And, yeah. So, I got much more. You got anything you want to talk about? Let me know. I'll jump in there with anything you need to know. Iman so wants to be the 52nd state. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm old enough to remember when we had 48 stars. I was born when Eisenhower was president. And how old was I in 63? I was 9 years old when Kennedy got shot, and I remember it like it was yesterday. And nothing I've heard from the Kennedy files that's come out shocks me. It's all, I knew it all along that it was an inside job by the government. Killed him, killed Bobby. Even RFK Jr., who's now head of the Maha movement in the United States, he said Sirhan did not kill his father. I'm sorry, folks. That if he's saying that, I believe him. Because he's saying the CIA killed his father. Sirhan had a revolver, had 6 rounds. He shot all 6 rounds. They know where every single bullet went. Not one of them hit RFK. RFK was shot from behind, twice in the back of the head. And there was a guy there who was a CIA guy that took him out. What radio do you use? I'll show it to you right now. When I'm home, I use this radio. This is my ICOM 9700. It is an expensive radio. It's going for around $1,700 now. When I got it, it went for about $1,100. I bought it 4 years ago, 5 years ago almost, 4 years ago. And it does. You don't need GPS because the sat box that I use takes care of that. And the sat box basically does all the Doppler effect, everything. The radio, you can do it. This has, if you look at the menu, that's page 2, page 1, satellites. It has a menu for satellites. I never used it. Never. I never had to use it because the sat box does it all. So you don't need it. Turn that off. Okay, so that's just a normal thing. When I tell the radio to hook up to a satellite, I click on the satellite in the sat box, and now you'll notice the frequencies bouncing back and forth. It's already adjusting for the Doppler effect. Pretty cool. Yeah, CPS, yeah. Yeah, Iman, I believe RFK Jr. too. 991A, yes, you can use a 991A. I have used a 991A. I had, I'm just looking to change the screen here. Uh-oh, I didn't want that one. That's the wrong camera. That's the camera I want. The 991A was what I made my my second satellite contact with on an AO91. I using the egg beater antennas with that. It's not full duplex though. You really should have full duplex, so you know you're not just blanking out everybody else. You know that you're getting through the bird and you're actually making contact. Because if you just keep keying the mic and talking, you're stopping other people from making QSOs, and that's not nice. But if you talk and you hear yourself come back, you know you made it into the repeater, and now it's sending out your signal. That's why you use full duplex. I've heard more than one ham guy say, hey, I could get it with a 3-watt Bowfang. I can get a satellite. Yeah, you can. You're not going to get 8 contacts on one pass, though. I did. I just did that tonight. if you looked at my log, here's my log. All these ISS passes I just did with, there's John Valenti up in Connecticut. My newly licensed friend is using a Quanshan UV K5. I programmed it for him with the memory channels set up for the ISS with Doppler to adjust frequencies. He got in within 24 hours of getting his license. How freaking cool is that? Now, Iman, be honest. When you first make your satellite contact, you're freaking giddy. You want to tell the world. You're calling people and because it's like you never thought you could do it, and you pulled it off. Good for you, man. That's really great. I'm really happy for you. That's the thing. That's what ham radio is about. You got to go out and have fun with it. I find it very easy to become a grumpy old man when idiots are on the satellites going, test, test. First of all, never blow into a microphone, all right? As a sound guy, don't ever blow into a microphone. The humidity and stuff from your voice gets in there and corrodes stuff, so don't do it. Talk into the microphone. Don't test by going, test. Don't do that. Don't do it. Just talk. Just say, hey, this is my grid square. This is my call sign. I was right. He was giddy as a schoolgirl. I was too. It's almost as good as the first time Elon Musk landed a booster. I was that giddy. I went nuts. It got to me. But yeah, don't do that. Don't go testing. Whenever I hear somebody say testing, I said, hey, whoever's saying testing, give me your call sign. Just give me your call sign. They never do. They got mic fright or something. They don't do it. And it's a shame. Oh, you waking up, Goldie? Goldie's waking up. She's going to want to go for a walk soon. So I can't dilly-dally today. All right, anybody got any questions? If we had a satellite coming up that I thought I could get, I would switch over and do a satellite pass, but we got nothing. ISS isn't coming up for another 20 minutes. And in 20 minutes, I'll be out walking the dog. I might take the HT with me and just try a couple of contacts. All right, Mystic's saying he usually runs 2 radios to accomplish the duplex issue. That's a great idea. 1 up and 1 down. That's how I found John, as I had the ups and downs reversed, and he blew my ears out. Don't you love when you make that mistake? Yeah, John's pretty good. I don't know what he's using, but he's doing a good job. The 2 radio thing works to an extent. I know Don, WHCPT, when he's working from home, he's got a Kenwood TS something and another radio that he uses. And I know I don't, I just use my 9700 with the sat box at home, but when I'm on the road, I'm now using the Retrievus RT3S, which is not full duplex, I know, but after I've been doing it all these years, I know to keep my mouth shut at most times and just say it when I think I can get in there. So that's what I do. All right, boys and girls, I think we're done. We had a good little chat today. You know where the Tevels are. They're up. You know what the frequencies are. They're legit. Right now they have temporary NORAD identifiers that might change, which could change where you see them. Oh, my radio fell over. But they're up there. They're going to be up there for a while. I'm hoping we get 2 years out of these babies. That would be really nice if we could do that. That's it. That's all I got. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming. All you guys, Iman, watch your mail any day now. It was not trackable, so I have no idea where it is, but it'll be there soon. They said 2 weeks when I dropped it off. All right, so boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, remember what I always say. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, at least not without me. And remember, have a wonderful day. 73 KO4 PDI. I'll be clear for now. Come back next week. We'll do it again. KO4 PDI 73.